Allegations of Russian meddling in our election becoming a hot topic on Capitol Hill, even as President-elect Trump dismisses those claims as baseless. Two Democratic lawmakers have unveiled a bill to create a bipartisan commission to investigate Russia's role in terms of scope and reach. The commission now being compared to the one formed after 9/11. Let's discuss how this would work with our legal panel. David Schwartz is here. He's a defense attorney and a former prosecutor, and Misty Maris, a trial attorney. Misty, I'm going to start with you. So what types of legal experts would the commission be looking to recruit?
You're absolutely going to find election law experts. You're going to find experts on the First Amendment and what type of information is appropriately publicly disseminated. But most importantly, you're going to have experts on cyber law. You're going to have people talking about how to prevent these types of cyber attacks, because that's really the purpose of the commission, to try and prevent this in the future. Of course, we want to investigate what happened, but we also want to fill in those gaps and those holes to make sure it's not a more serious attack next time.
And David, if you want to piggyback on that and also tell us, if you could, what election laws issues, does the Russian hacking raise?
Well, it's mostly international law. So under international law, you can't impede, you can't interfere with another nation's internal security. You can't interfere with their government. You can't interfere with their election. And it's not just a physical interference. Cyber hacking is absolutely one of those types of conduct that's been thought out by the UN, and it could be sanctionable.
And Misty, what do you think, what other areas of U.S. law might be implicated that the commission may want to look into?
Well, this is a really interesting topic, because you're absolutely right about the international aspect. From a domestic perspective, the electoral votes and then the fact that Donald Trump is president, that's not going to be touched unless we find out that these hackers changed some votes or something like that. But I think we are going to see some interesting arguments about the First Amendment. For instance, when Donald Trump this summer said, hey, Russia, I want you to go into Hillary's emails, that could potentially be seen as instigating criminal activity. And it's an interesting argument. I agree with you. I heard it. It's a stretch. But we're definitely going to be seeing that coming up in the context of the commission's investigation.
Yeah, I don't even think it's close. I mean, what you say on the campaign trail and all the types of comments and jokes that were made on the campaign trail, you can't equate that to spurring a foreign government to hack and to interfere with the U.S. election. It's just such a stretch that that should be put away right now.
Any legal limitations or boundaries might the commission run into, Misty?
They're going to see a lot of limitations and boundaries. First of all, that's if the commission is even formed. But let's assume it is. There's going to be budgetary restrictions. There's going to be access to witness. I mean, all they can do is subpoena these witnesses. There's going to be a lot of access issues. Also, what documents are they going to have to review? They're not going to have that full set.
Yeah, this is a great idea, Arthel. Let's take it away from the CIA, the FBI, the Justice Department, and give it to a bunch of political hacks, because they're going to get to the bottom. A bunch of politicos are going to get to the bottom of what's going on here. You know what? Leave it to the Justice Department. Leave it to the CIA. Leave it to the FBI. Those are the agencies that we have that will get to the bottom of this.
Do you think we'll ultimately see a commission?
I really don't think we're going to, but I do think that there should be attention on these cyber hacks from other governments, because that's really the issue. How do we take preventative steps? This is, hacking DNC emails, but what about true confidential information that we have? So we need to get those security. It's absolutely serious. We need to get those security experts in there to fill the holes and really prevent this from happening in the future.
Well, I agree with Misty on this one. 100%. We need. It's a technical issue, and we need the best and the brightest to attack the issue. And I'm sure America, the United States of America, will ultimately prevail on this issue.
David Schwartz, it's all about America, baby. That's right.
That's it.
Misty Maris, say hi to your mom for me.
I will.
Okay, thanks to you both.
Thanks, guys. Well, winter, officially is a few days away, but try to tell that.